Let's start with Jamie's letter. Beloved Tyohar, is it possible to fall in love with someone that you don't really know? I just got a flash of Osho for a moment. You would probably say, actually, you can really fall in love with someone only if you really don't really know them. But it's just for a moment. Like you see how conscious they are, you see how they pay attention, you see how they live their life with care and respect just by observing them from afar. Or is it just an illusion? Or can that observation be enough to know it's real? Observation of the other without the personality, without their ego putting on a performance, their audition for the role of being cool or spiritual or whatever. By the way, thank you for your coming back. To enjoy being in your presence again. To really fall in love, probably when I say that, many people understand many different things. You can surely see someone and get attracted to their energy, you can feel chemistry. With their appearance, with their energetic vibe. Then you get to know them. And then sometimes it's there, but we need to remember that when we fall in love, we are in some kind of la la land, blind la la land. When you see two people in love, you see them, it's cute to see silly people. They don't care about the world, totally self-absorbed with themselves. Probably the chemical that this process is releasing is some kind of a drug that we are, natural drug that we are looking to use again and again. But then the honeymoon is over always. And what? That state of mind when we are in love and this chemical is released in which we turn a blind eye to the imperfection. When that phase is over, we start to notice the imperfections. And then we say, hey, well, why did you change? What happened yesterday? You were so perfect, now you are suddenly starts to get on my nerves. We start to see the because no human being is perfect, no. And by nature we have our own energy body, and even if you walk on the street, and a total stranger passes by, you feel some some alertness in your energy body. Yeah. People protect their space. Now we have many ideas about what love is and what real love. And I find in many couples and many times that people fall in love with each other, that it is the misunderstanding of ourselves. It is a misunderstanding of life. It is some ungrounded ideas about what reality really is that is sabotaging a good friendship, is sabotaging a connection. Because just like in your meditation, you are, or when you look for the state of contentment, unknowingly you are expecting something really special. You're expecting something that is, like in the commercials of the when you see on TV that if you drink the Coca-Cola, you become so happy. It's like a special moment when you drink Coca-Cola. This is how our minds tells us that happiness is, or joy, or contentment, and we are looking for that advertisement that was sold to us for many years, what happiness looks like, what joy looks like, and that's what makes us overlook what is here now, because no, this is not what it can't be it. Must be something different, better, special, that lasts forever. An ongoing feeling of joy and ecstasy. The mind goes endless with how perfect the ideas are. Ideas can be perfect, reality not. And when we bring these filters of the mind to a relationship, like to anywhere else, between the idea and reality there is a gap. And the whole human suffering exists in this gap between our ideas of what should be, supposed to be, we would like to be, and what really is. In this conflict between our ideas and reality, we fall again and again into suffering. We constantly try to bring reality into our ideas, how it's supposed to be. We use willpower, we use intention, we try to focus, we become doers to bring that now. And in the outside world, it has its values, and you do succeed sometimes. But the real turning point is not when we try to bring reality to fit our ideas, but when we surrender our ideas, when we surrender our assumptions that we know how it should be and supposed to be, and we surrender to the unknown, letting it be as is, surrendering totally unconditionally, being that, allowing it to take us. Now this is the law of life. And the same is when it comes to relationship. When the mind is there as a filter, the mind doesn't know how to love. The mind knows the idea of love. The mind knows what we saw in Hollywood movies about a happily ever after, but it's a movie, and our minds are trained in a certain way. When the mind is there with its expectation and ideas, which is a misunderstanding of realities, it's a dream. Therefore, spiritual breakthrough is always awakening from this dream. It's not the fulfillment of the dream. It is the transcending this childish need to fulfill the dreams. And it is growing into maturity to appreciate what is as is, rather than block it with a dream of this. No, I overlook the here and now, what is happening. And this is always our life. There is duality with this moment. There is what is happening, and we physically are present, but in reality we are waiting for something else, looking for something else, restless with what is here now, because that's not enough. Now really what we need to do is to challenge that. Really? Is it not what I'm looking for here and now? Am I not already that which I'm searching to be? This is the ultimate challenge that we can exercise to break the chains of the mind of society that tells us, society tells us, you need to become. Be on the process of becoming. Move forward. Improve. And all the Buddhas in the past have told us something totally different. You don't need to become. You are already. Just be it. Stop the chase and be. Dare to be that. The mind freaks out because it looks at, but he is more and she is better, and they are the way I should be, and I can be. It is just to stop. And then this strong drive of the mind to keep chasing is going, and it's applying itself also into our love, whether it's self-love, whether it's relationship with someone. That what happens when we fall in love? I mean, we can't control it, right? I wish I could read all the letters that you write about love, and you would see how we really try to get a grip on it. We really try to be in charge of what is going on. When to fall in love and when not to get hurt by love, and how the love should be. But then this is not love. Why do we want to fall in love? Because it's something that takes us, it sweeps the carpet under our feet, and it takes us into this mystery that we are in the moment. And then we are afraid of that, so we want to know the person that we fall in love with. Is this the perfect person for me? Looking at all the analyzing, as if we are the perfect person for them. Also said, in love, the other is always right. And once you start to get righteous, the love becomes secondary. And it is not about convincing yourself, forcing yourself, I'm going to be a loving person from now on, and I'm going to be smiling and shower everybody, because that won't work. You just push down your issues, and sooner or later they will explode. And when they'll explode, they'll be much more intense. You know, it's you can't decide to love. It's not, you don't decide when to fall in love, just like you don't decide when to be in silence. You can decide to be in a silence retreat, but you can't decide, now I'm going to have an expansion, and my mind is going to be silent, and I'm going to samadhi. You can't decide that. It's something that happens. You can't decide when to fall in love. It's bigger than us. You can decide how loud the volume in your stereo will be. You can decide which CD to put there, but you can't decide the big things in life. And this is something that we struggle with as human beings. We don't decide when to take birth. We don't decide when to die. We don't decide when to fall in love, when to have a meditative moment. We are not in control of the really important things in life, and love is the important thing in life. You see how many letters are written about love and about meditation. Nobody asked me how to make the pasta better, because this you have control already over. But about the things that you don't have control over, most of your letter is like, I want to know how to get a better grip on that. It's not. You don't want it. First of all, you can, but that's not what you are asking for. It's just our disorientation as human beings in this planet to try to figure out, what am I doing here in this body, in this mind, in this... Where is it going? Where is it coming from? And it is not about figuring it out, it's about allowing it. And the way to allow it is, okay, we fall once and twice and 3 times. But each time there is a better understanding of how we put the blindfold on without even knowing. We think that we are doing the right thing, that by wanting to control everything, that wanting to be everything according to our logic, this is the way to happiness, to joy. And then we really follow this illusion, we really think that we can control it. And we get married and put a ring and whatever the words are, I can't remember. I never go to weddings, Always people get insulted by me. Why you don't come to my wedding? I don't want to tell him because I think you are doing the foolish thing, so I'm just, because it's crap, because you can't promise each other that you will love each other forever and ever. You don't know that. Who are you to decide? Love comes and goes, leaves you heartbroken or leaves you rejoiced.